They're facing a team that is closing in on 30 straight years without making it to the NFC Championship.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
A new coach that we never would have guessed a year ago.
No.
Can you imagine if we were having the conversation? Because we knew Mike McCarthy was in grave danger. Is there another kind? We knew. If we would have started making a list of potential replacements for Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. No way.
I don't know how many it would have taken before Brian Schottenheimer would have hit the list. 20,
yeah, right.
30,
right.
40, 50, and now he's the head coach. It really is. It's one of those things you get caught up in the day-to-day. When you take a step back, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, all due respect, seems like a nice guy.
Right.
And what's he going to do, say no? But you take a step back and you're like, how the hell is Brian Schottenheimer the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
Totally. I mean, yes, it would have been way down the list. That's for sure, without a doubt. And again, it goes into a little bit of the same theme we've talked about for the Cowboys the whole offseason. It just doesn't seem well planned, well thought out a lot of the times. Whether it's handling the coaching situation and Mike McCarthy and, oh, wait, we're going to get him to do a one-year deal to get him to come back. And he's like, no, screw you. No, you're not. And then it's like, oh, wait, what? We thought he would just listen to what we said. Oh, what do we do now? I mean, that's a little bit of what the Cowboys have. Oh, we were going to trade Micah all offseason, except I gave him a handshake deal to say, yeah, we want you, but we were going to really trade him. Oh, okay. So, wait, you wanted the handshake deal to honor it, but yet now you're telling me you were going to trade him all offseason. You were thinking about that. It's the theme of the Cowboys. It's the circus. Who the hell knows what's going to happen there? So, yeah, here we are, Brian Schottenheimer, in a spot where, yeah, I didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming. And we'll see what he can do with it. But, yes, this is not a guy that I think was looked at throughout the league as far as, future head coach candidate, hot name out there. No way. And it wasn't like that in any way, shape, or form. So we're going to see what the Cowboys have. They got some talent. They do. They're better than people realize. But we know it's been distractions, and we're going to see what he can do to bring some different X's and O's to the football team here as we go forward.
And, the hiring of Schottenheimer traces, at least with a dotted line, to the way the Cowboys painted themselves into a corner not once but twice with Dak Prescott, because they're committed to Prescott for so many years into the future. They needed a coach who would get the most out of Prescott, because they can't change quarterbacks. They just can't. They can talk about it. We can talk about it. I mean, the Cowboys won't talk about it because that would be to admit that they gave the wrong guy $60 million a year, but it was either Schottenheimer or Kellen Moore. By the way, Kellen Moore joins us at 8:35 a.m. Eastern today. I hadn't even...
Yeah, you buried the lead.
I was thinking this through.
Come on.
But it was Brian Schottenheimer or Kellen Moore, and I think it was as simple as, oh, hey, wait, there's other teams interested in Kellen Moore. It's going to cost more to get him. Let's go with the guy nobody's interested in that we can get cheap. Because at his core, I'm sorry, and I may hear this tomorrow night as we're out on the sidelines before the games. I don't know. But the one thing that Jerry Jones has in common with Mike Brown is when it comes to paying money to get the most out of their football team, they are cheap. And I know, you'd be surprised by the size of the check I'd write. Like, the grapefruit juice in the eye thing, winking. You'd be surprised by the size of the check I'd write if it would guarantee me a Super Bowl win. And it dawned on me a year or so ago, we'd be surprised about how small it would be. Because there is a grift involved. It's about making the most money you can and paying the least money you can, and that creates the kind of profit where you can have a floating city like so many of the owners now do. So I don't buy it. I think they went with the cheapest option, path of least resistance, and they landed on Brian Schottenheimer. Hell, there's a reason his name hadn't even been whispered as a head coaching candidate since that moment like 16 years ago when he was hot for a little while.
Right.
16 years ago. That was it. Like, he's completely out of the loop. His name never comes up. And I'm sorry. And he seems like a nice guy. I met him in March when we were in Florida. And again, what do you say? Nah, I'm really not the guy for this job. You're going to say yes, I want to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Of course he's going to say yes. And he may be great. And if he does, it's an incredible story. Because this is a guy that was on no one's radar screen. He's on Jerry's. Because they needed continuity with Dak, and he was cheap. And that's why he's the head coach of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of what you said. And I mean, the bottom line is, too, the candidates with options, like, nobody wants to deal with Dallas. Sorry. They just don't. I know it's the Cowboys, the land of Tom Landry and the great Dallas star and America's team. No. Everybody knows it's a circus. So, like, people that have a lot of options, they're not like, oh, I want to go to Dallas, so I got to answer to Jerry every day. And he can say a bunch of crazy crap to the media, and then I got to answer it and clean it all up. Yeah, I want to go there for my first job, right? So, yeah, they're in a little bit of a weird spot as an organization. We're going to see what Brian Schottenheimer has. The one thing I've always liked about Schottenheimer, his ability to run the football. He is creative in the run game that way, and maybe that's something he can bring to Dallas here. Something we question because we're not necessarily looking at the running back group going, ooh, wow, that's special there. But they got an O-line that's pretty damn good, and certainly got some high-round picks there that you think, hey, there's some potential. They could move some people off the ball. We'll see if he can bring that to the table here.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.